My name is Adam McGinnis. I've had the pleasure of serving on the City Council of Monticello back in 2000 and 2001, a couple of years. And one of the things that was always a big challenge that I saw back in those days is that, what do you do? Are we duplicating services? And in some cases, we are duplicating services. And I think the city has come a long way, and I think the county has come a long way in looking at those duplication of services. And I'm just going to use examples, say the police and the sheriff's department now being one and carrying that the burden for the city through the county. I know for a fact after moving from one career into another career, which is the real estate deal, is that I've watched code enforcement, say, since 2010 when I got into real estate, and working closely with code enforcement, county assessors, and everything else, and being an appraiser, is that code enforcement is a very, very valuable tool. Okay, and it doesn't need to be looked at as an end-all or possibly a way that it's going to cost us more money or more personnel or whatever it might take, because the end result is it creates a community of really an establishing pride for your community. And it's one of the things that I've always looked at from Jasper County is it seems like we have lack of pride in our community and lack of involvement. And from a code enforcement standard, I'm really impressed with what's happened lately. I like the answers to questions that I get when I go into the office. I like the ability and swiftness that we do move and get stuff done. Everything from trash dumped on the side of the road where I live in the middle of the night, next morning you make a phone call, somebody's taking care of it, and I'm sure they're trying to research and get into it. What I'm getting at is property values are directly affected by what's going on beside you. And if we don't have a county, city, whatever, that's willing to take those things and really look at them, we're really hurting ourselves all together, okay? And I speak that from the heart, and I speak for clients that I represent when they tell me, how come I can't sell my house? And, sometimes it's what you live next door to. And there's certain things that you can't do except argue with your neighbor. And that creates, a little bit more turmoil that we don't need, or, other stuff. So from a standpoint, and I heard, since I've been here tonight, I don't think we need to kind of look at this as, I understand that they've been working on it for a while. I understand that there are some legal issues that are there. But I really think time is of the essence. The market is up. There are houses in the city. I had a house, I had the unfortunate rental house that burnt on Bonner Street years ago. I don't know if anybody knows that. The first thing I did was when everything got done, I was paid from the insurance company to send somebody to clean up the debris. We still have houses that are burnt in the county and in the city that are right next door to somebody else that are trying to sell theirs. So I think we could, I would like to see it move faster than it is, okay? And I definitely think that there's a way for all to benefit. I don't know how it's going to work, I don't know what it is, but I would have to say that code enforcement, our current code enforcement, our planning and zoning group is basically willing and able to make the moves. It's just, what else does it take? And I am a citizen and a professional in this community that really strives to maintain property values and to make sure that we're doing the right things and the county is backing up what they say they're going to do. And I would love to see the county take over a lot more services than the city. And I'm not knocking the city on their ability to do so. Okay, I'm just saying that their pool could be a little bit smaller than our pool.
You had 3 minutes, but I'm going to give you this. But let me ask you this question.
Yes.
If you want the county to take over more of what the city is doing, then why don't you just ask the city? Why don't they give up their charter and then it'll become one?
And listen, and I didn't want to stand up here and say that. I'm just saying, is that we're going to ask to give up their charter, or we're going to ask to take one piece of the slide at a time until there is nothing left?
Well,
I'm just saying, you can do it all at one bite, or you can take a bite at a time.
No, the voters have to vote on it.
The
voters have to vote on it.
Do you think they would do that?
No.
Okay, then, so.
Come on, you up here, Mary.
No, I know.
You and Mary can talk later, but you got to dress up.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if they want us to take one piece at a time, then why don't they just ask us, why don't we just go ahead and take this whole pie at one time and put it before the vote?
I understand. I see that. I'm telling you from a code enforcement standpoint, it's imperative that we do something. I understand there's legal and
Well,
everything
the
else.
same thing with
How they're willing to
same
do it.
thing as law enforcement. Same thing for they did not even have the decentness to come to us, but they told us after we had finished our budget process
Exactly.
and dumped $500,000 on us.
And you know what? I asked in 2000, because I was over the police department, and I can just tell you from exact numbers, and I'm directing this to y'all. When I was on the city council, and I was over the police department, we had a budget of almost $1 million on the police department, and we had fines and forfeitures of $67,000.
Well,
Okay, there's something wrong. We'd have very few crimes and all this other kind of stuff, and it was, in my opinion, and I even went to the captain at the time and said, hey, I think, here's your deal. You gotta get out of it. Now, I wasn't instrumental with the county at the time in doing so. I was just on the council doing my job. And I think if the council did look at that, the city council did look at their budget's a little bit different, they probably would do what you're asking, And that's just a pity, but my opinion is worth whatever, but
well,
property values are mentioned.
being around every day, 24/7, and I show up between 9 and 9:30 every morning. You're aware of that. I get a cup of coffee, and those people come in and they start asking, when are y'all going to do this? If they're already asking us, just think about what's going to happen if we sign that agreement.
Exactly.
I know that.
And
But
so,
what I also
all I'm
believe-
saying is, let us as a board, the Board of Commissioners and the City Council, sit down and discuss some issues, because that may be a piece of the pie that we can go ahead and say, you can cut off it now, okay, and move forward.
That's
Now,
exactly what I want you to do.
From what I heard, the back and forth between Stone, and I'll tell him,
I know.
Mayor's here.
It was very unprofessional.
It was
That's
very
for sure.
unprofessional, and talking about paying double, then they choose to do that, because the fact
Exactly.
is, they have a charge.
Exactly.
So they need to get over that, and I don't care what they say about Carl, really don't.
All right, in
Okay.
leaving this, just to let you know, it is a pleasure, and it has been a bonus, I think, for the county, for your current planning and zoning director and his staff is obviously doing a great job, because it is making headways through the community, which I see.
Mary was on the board at the time, we went from 3 members, people in that office, down to 1.
Yep.
And a lot of things got behind. Just think of 10 or 15 years in the city, plus this, so that answers your question. Thank you, Adam.
And I guess the time is of the essence.